Okay, serious question for you Jamaican track fans. Are you mad at or upset with Shericka Jackson because of her 2024 season? Michael Johnson's huge Grand Slam track, Folly, Australia's new Bolt, and BU opener 2 days out. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops, you drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, first up, let me just say our newest channel, our Peter Lloyd World of Wealth YouTube channel, has a great video up, brand new. It's entitled, Don't Be Broke in January 2025. You know, after Christmas and New Year's Eve, many of you wake up in January, you're broke. Go watch this video at Peter Lloyd World of Wealth. Don't be broke in January. Follow what I tell you and you will not be broke. Go watch the video. Okay, so let's get into this really interesting track and field video. Now, the sole gold medalist for Jamaica at the Paris Olympic Games, discus thrower, the remarkable Rojé Stona. Well, Rojé Stona could be playing in the USA's NFL. Of course, the NFL is the Americans' version of football. I really call it handball, but you know what I'm saying. It's an old joke. We've gone through that a million times. Anyway, listen. As reported in the Jamaica Observer, they wrote, Jamaican Olympic champion Rojé Stona is among 14 athletes selected to participate in the NFL's International Player Pathway, better known as IPP program, next year. The American Football League announced on Monday. The NFL said 13 nations around the world are represented in its IPP class of 2025 as the league continues to focus on creating more opportunities for talented international athletes to play the game at the highest level. Now, what this really means is, people, they have it's like a camp where they invite athletes from across the world. And if you are able to get through the camp, you may find yourself signed to an NFL team, which is a big deal. You're talking about millions of dollars. This is a huge deal for Jamaica's Rojé Stona. And apparently he's the sole Jamaican, well, the only Jamaican I'm aware of, who managed to qualify for this IPP training seminar, training session. So let's see, hopefully he gets through, but good news for him, but it might not be good news for us. But you know, you gotta make that money, bro. Make that money.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Well, the entire world has been talking about Gout out of Australia, the 16-year-old who recently ran 10.04 over the 100 meters, breaking the Australian record on the 18 record. And of course, he just also shattered Usain Bolt's fastest run at that same age over the 200 meters and broke the Australian record in the process. The young man is on fire, and we pointed, go back and watch our videos from earlier this year where we talked about the fact that he looks like Bolt and he showed tremendous promise. So the great Usain Bolt, the living legend, the greatest male sprinter of all time, world record holder in the men's 100 and 200 meters, he believes that Gout looks kind of like him at the same age. As reported in jumpers.world, Usain Bolt makes a comment on Gout's incredible weekend. The GOAT and the greatest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt, recently shared his thoughts on Gout's unbelievable performance over the weekend. One race that stood out for Bolt was Gout's stunning 200 meter, where he clocked a jaw-dropping 20.04, breaking the 56-year-old national record for Australia. Bolt's reaction, quote, "He looks like young me." And I kind of really think he does. When we saw him at World Under 20s, he actually had, you know, the thing that Bolt has when he has the the piece of jewelry, the chain in his mouth. I mean, Goat did everything. I mean, clearly he's inspired by Goat. He kind of reminds me of a young Tile Tebogo of Botswana a couple years back. Same thing. You can see the impact of both. But in this instance, he kind of runs like and looks like both.
We moves right on past Chase Grant, and now we really start to open him up. So let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is out of this world. 20.07. That is not human.
20.04 people is an insane time over the 200 meters for a 16-year-old. There are many pro athletes, top tier, who cannot break that sub 20 barrier. That's an incredible time. If my memory serves me correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that may be the second fastest time ever run by a 16-year-old over that distance, if my memory serves me correctly. Incredible. This young man is just on fire. Now, as we reported, the indoor 2024 to 2025 collegiate season is up and running. And we're going to give you two quick races from the BU opener, which took place about 2 days ago. That's Saturday. Today, of course, is Monday. And we're going to show you the results of the 60-meter finals. It was Precious Nzekor. How do you pronounce her name? Nzeakor. I guess it would be Nzekor. Oh, they help me. Anyway, with all due respect, this young lady did a great time. She walked away with the 60-meter final win, clocking 7.53. A really solid season opener. Take a look.
It's kind of funny.
I know the young lady is not a yardie, but I know some of you just want to see someone racing. Kudos and congrats to her. Now, in the men's 60 meters, it was Jerome Campbell who won in 6.79 seconds. This, of course, is at the BU opener, which happened 2 days ago. Now, let me be clear, none of these persons are Jamaicans. But I just thought you wanted to see, I mean, I don't know about you, but I just wanted to see people racing. Kudos and congrats to them both. Now, Grand Slam Track 2025, they have an ad out, and they're trying to get people to come to the event in Kingston, Jamaica. And you know what? Big up to Michael Johnson. I'm a huge fan. But I kind of think they sort of missed the mark with this particular ad. I'm going to tell you why. In fact, I'm not going to tell you. Watch the ad. I had to mute it, of course, because of copyright issues, but you get the general gist. The music is you know, it's just there. But tell me what you think as a yard is missing from this ad, because they want us as Jamaicans to go and support this when it comes to Jamaica. Remember, Jamaica is the first place Grand Slam Track would take place next year. Did you see it? Because if you did, I'm sure you saw it. But if you didn't, let me tell you, there is not one Jamaican in the ad. There is no Jamaican athlete in the ad. Michael Johnson, who is your PR people? How do you expect Jamaicans to come and support this when I know you have Akira Nugent, is a national record holder in the women's 100 meter hurdles and the fastest woman for 2024 over that distance? You have Rochelle Clayton. You have Rashawn Clark. You have several. Why? How could you do this ad and not put a Jamaican there? The ad is almost like you're just advertising for Americans. My lord. Think. You want Jamaicans to come and support this? Unless you're expecting hundreds of thousands of Americans to fly down for this event. I would advise very quickly, you tell your PR people to put together an ad that also includes the Jamaican athletes you have running at Grand Slam track. Just trust me. This is folly on your part. I anticipated better. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Now, I've been running this channel now, myself and the team, for about 2 years, roughly 2 years. And we're grateful. We're at about 44,000 subscribers, which isn't bad. Still a small channel, still need your support. So please subscribe. And I know when I started this channel, my style was very different from what everybody else was doing, because when I started, people were just showing a race, and that was it. I think I sort of helped to evolve, the process where people were having conversation and discussions. Anyway, that's not the point. But I noticed something very, very interesting after the Olympic Games early this year. Anytime I posted anything with Shericka Jackson, it got no response, no traction. And I found that very, very strange. I'm like, come on, Shericka Jackson is perhaps, outside of FloJo, not perhaps, outside of FloJo has a world record. And I think even including FloJo, she's the greatest 200-meter female runner of all time. She doesn't have the world record. And yes, she does have an Olympic medal, but she has ran 2 years unbeaten, quite literally up until early this year. And has come closest to breaking a world record that many people think is unbreakable. She, at her best, heck, at 90%, there is no woman on earth who can beat her over 200 meters. Not even this year's Paris Olympic Games gold medalist, Gabby Thomas. Because if you look at the 21.40 that Shericka ran and won in 2023 at the World Championships, Gabby Thomas's time is nowhere, they're not even in the same time zone. So there's quite literally, at her best, no human being alive that we know of today who can beat over 200 meters. And I kept saying, why is it that nobody is watching these videos? So I asked the question that I was wondering, and just bear with me. Because I know that you all are very honest about how you feel and think, and many of you are extremely knowledgeable. Now, this is not the most, exhaustive poll, because we only got 211 persons responding. But the question was, be honest, are you upset with Shericka Jackson because of her 2024 season performance? 17% of you said yes. 31% said silly question, but 53% of you said I wish she was honest about injury, which really means that you're upset, you are disappointed. And I sort of thought about this, and poor people, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they were being deceptive or, we have to understand. Anyway, let's look at 2 interviews that Shericka did coming into the Olympic Games, and one was at the Olympic Games and one was coming into the Olympic Games. Watch. Both addressing injury issues.
As I said, it's a combination of a lot of stuff, and as I said, Coach and I made that decision not to contest the 100 meter, and I think we're pretty happy with that. So.
What's the injury status like? We saw you pull up in your previous race. Haven't seen you compete since then. Are you 100% fit now?
Honestly, I was only supposed to compete in that event. And as Coach stated, we only run a few races in Europe, and I think that was the only race all of us was supposed to run, because after that, no persons that going to the Olympic had competed. So I think I'm pretty good. I'm in pretty good shape, and I'm okay.
So she says here she thinks she's pretty good and she's in pretty good shape. And this is, of course, after they had decided not to contest the 100 meters at the Paris Olympic Games. If my memory serves me correctly, I might be mixing it up here. But the point is that she said she's in pretty good shape. Here's the other interview.
In all honesty, if you realize I'm not looking too sad right now, I'm okay, Sometimes you have to prepare mentally, especially if you have a mix-up where you get a little bit hurt. You have to really think about what if, And I think, as I said, it's a decision we're comfortable with. So we're okay.
A final question, how confident are you about the 200?
I'm always confident, whether it's 100 or 200. It's something that you go out there, you don't go out there like, oh, what if? Or what if I don't win or whatnot.
Now, some of you commented, was very disappointed, more than disappointed, and one of you actually said, athletes don't owe us any explanations. They are the ones putting their bodies on the line. Of course, this is in reference to the poll that I put up on our community channel here on YouTube. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. I get it. I mean, like I said, I have seen definitely that whenever I post anything on Shericka Jackson, there is not a lot of excitement. It is evident that all of us are deeply wounded and hurt. And I think mostly because we knew that a healthy Shericka Jackson was unbeatable. And there was at least a huge 60 to 70% possibility she would have walked away with the double gold. So I know that we were very disappointed as a community, and it deeply hurt us. But this person raises up a really interesting question, because the person is basically saying she didn't owe us an explanation. But my boss, if she didn't owe us an explanation, why did she give us one? Why did herself and Coach Stephen Francis keep giving us explanations? Because basically she kept saying that she was fine. She was fine. Now, I understand that psychologically she could have been saying this because by saying she wasn't fine, that would not have worked with her game plan in terms of her psychologically, and it would have impacted any chance of her, of her. Basically, I'm saying you can't say I'm defeated, because she basically said it herself in the last interview. She said, I'm always confident, right? And I understand. But here's the thing. When you're a public figure at this level, and with all the time and energy that people invest in you as an athlete, we do deserve the truth. Whereas I do understand it in terms of just basic intelligence, that I don't believe, honestly, that MVP, and certainly not Shericka Jackson, attempted to deceive the Jamaican people. I believe that they thought right up until she couldn't run the 200 meters that there was still a chance, there was still a possibility that they could pull it out. So I don't believe people that they lied to you. I believe they were as honest as they could have been. Secondarily, of course, you don't want to tell your enemies that I am not at my peak, so that they can find ways to psychologically mess with you, and which could lead to your losing. And we also know that Shericka Jackson, based on what I've observed about her, is a person who believes that word is power. Word is power. That means what you say, what you send out to the universe in your words, it comes back to you tenfold. So she was never going to say, I have no chance, I can't run, etc. And also, we have to understand that deeply and emotionally, she knows that two things are missing from her career at this point in terms of being the greatest 200 meters. One is the world record, but you know what the other one is? The Olympic gold medal. Nothing beats the Olympic gold medal. And I think she was fighting down to the wire. So no, I don't believe she tried to deceive us. And yes, I understand why you are all disappointed and upset. But I'm going to ask you now a favor. Please forgive Shericka Jackson. Once she's back at her best, she's still going to be unbeatable. There's nobody on earth who can beat over 200 meters. And there might be 2 human beings on the planet who can challenge her over the 100. She needs your support. Forgive her. I don't think she tried to deceive us purposefully. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button, and check out our new video. Christmas coming up, people. It's on our Peter Lloyd World of Wealth channel. It's called Don't Be Broke in January. Because you know what normally happens? We overspend, and January are ball. Some people are borrow money. Go watch the video. You are royals, kings and queens. Bless us.